Cops often think they can act however they want and flex their egos. However, it's a real surprise for some police officers when they encounter citizens who oppose them. Today, we're talking about what happens when cops go crazy and it backfires. Let's go to the video. So, why do cops sometimes get uptight when people start snapping pics or videos of their police vehicles? Is it because they're hiding something, or maybe because they see it as a chance to flex their authority a bit? Let's talk about this sergeant who wasn't too happy with a man filming the inside of a police vehicle. The sergeant came up pretty strong right off the bat, accusing the man of trying to break into his police vehicle, which clearly wasn't the case. The man was simply filming. When it became obvious that the man was just exercising his right to film in public, you'd think the cop might apologize for the mix-up and back off, right? Nope. Instead of admitting his mistake, the sergeant's ego seemed to get the best of him. He stuck around to argue, demanding man's name and address. But here's the kicker. The man knew his rights well enough to know he didn't have to hand over any info unless he was actually breaking the law, which he wasn't.
Hey, key there. Hey, behave yourself. Hey,
what are you doing?
Don't put your finger on me, eh?
Don't you get in the van?
Does that look like I was getting in the van?
Yes, you are. What are you doing in there?
I was looking, where's the key? Idiot. What's the matter with you?
Back in a sec. Sorry, I'm just dealing with someone. Cheers.
No, you're not dealing with nothing.
Yes, I am.
I'm dealing with you,
Mate,
to be honest.
You literally just spat on us.
What do you mean? I didn't spit on you. Yeah, because you aggravated me.
Right. I suggest you just move on with your day.
Move on. You clear off. You don't back like this next time.
I tell you what.
And switch off the engine.
Right, what are we meant to do? How are we meant to go?
Switch off the engine. How about that?
Okay. If you want my shoulder number, you can complain about that.
Yeah, what is it?
It's 4898. I'm Sergeant Pearson.
Sergeant?
Sergeant Pearson, yes.
You don't look like a sergeant.
Yes, I am a sergeant. Now, I suggest you move on, sir.
Don't come too close.
I'll tell you what,
I'm not going to move on.
Huh?
What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
I'll nick you for Section 50, mate.
What's Section 50?
Section 50 means that you give me your name and address for acting in an antisocial behaviour.
How was I antisocial?
Because you literally, straight away, you're interfering with our vehicle.
Interfering? I looked. Is there a key there? Because some vehicles don't have keys.
Right.
You can actually take the key with you, but in this case, you left the key. This vehicle is unattended.
Right, okay.
The engine is running, it's unattended. You committed an offence.
We're not.
And now you're trying to do Section 50. Go on then. I dare you.
Give us your name and address then.
I'm not going to give you a name and address.
Oh, right.
I'm not going to give. Why would I give you a name and address?
Mate, if you're acting in an antisocial nature, which you are.
How's antisocial?
You've come over and straight away you're trying to pick around with us.
Because you left your vehicle unattended.
Well, complaint if
you
you're
should
unhappy.
say, I apologise. You should say, I'm wrong.
We spent the morning out.
I don't care.
With stolen bikes, right?
Do I care?
We've done that. Okay, and do I care that you've said that? I've given you my number, now you need to move on.
All right, wait, Sergeant,
yes.
You left a police van, engine running,
and
unattended.
10 metres away from it.
It's still unattended.
Right.
I could have driven with it, I wouldn't do that. I could have done.
You said to me, I'm going to get in the van and I'm going to take that.
I could do.
Right.
Yes. Because you left it unattended.
And I said,
sir, you made your point.
Oh my God.
You've been told how to complain.
Hang on. Let me just respond to you. The reason I said that to you, I could jumped in it and drove off.
Yeah, but then...
Turns out the cop himself might have been a bit too lax with the rules. He left his keys in the vehicle while he was out, which is a big no. Cops are supposed to keep their keys on him. Not long after, another cop shows up, backing up his buddy, and tells the man he needs to move along. But in a public space, cops don't really have the right to tell you where you can and can't stand. And what about keeping a safe distance, like at least 6 feet away? These cops were right up in his space. Really makes you wonder why these interactions happen the way they do. Sometimes it seems like it's more about showing power than actually keeping things safe and respectful. What do you think?
It's because you left it unattended.
Yeah,
if you don't leave it unattended, I would never be able to do that.
The problem is that
I was able to do that. I'm not going to do it because I'm not going to commit a crime. Stop touching me, man.
Yeah, but you're just shouting.
Yeah, I'm shouting,
You made your point.
Okay, so you need to apologise and say, sorry, sir. I will never do that again.
That every single time I'm going to turn off the engine, jump start the van because the battery's flat.
Yeah.
Every single time. That's what you're saying. So we've got the engine running because it's got a flat battery.
Yeah, but leaving an engine unattended is an offence.
We're
there.
there.
We're next to it.
It's an offence.
Right. You've got my shoulder number. If you want to complain, complain.
Yeah, but
we're not going to carry on with what we're doing, the way we're doing it.
Yeah.
You need to move on.
I'm not going to move on. What do you mean? Why would I need to move on? You don't like it because I had to go to you because you committed an offence?
You're being extremely unreasonable.
How?
Because you've literally gone, oh, the stuff that we've done this morning, so all the hard work that we've done, getting all these stolen vehicles off the road, You've then turned around and gone, oh, excuse me, all the hard work you've done.
I don't know what work you've done. How do I know what work you've done?
Right,
How
you
do I know?
Because straight away you've come in and you've had a go. You've had a pop.
I didn't.
So I suggest you move on.
In fact, I was talking to myself. Then you came to me, what? And then I answered you.
There, looking in the van, going, what's going on here?
I just want to see if it's unattended.
Right.
And I found out that it's unattended.
I'll tell you what then, here you go. Look, let's jump the van then.
Thank you.
Now let's talk about a situation where a group of cops surrounded a free journalist. This guy showed up at the police station one evening on a work story. He just wanted to show how cops treat citizens who are trying to exercise their rights. Well, this group of cops gave him a pretty clear example. The journalist called the cops great tyrants, which obviously hit a nerve. One cop tried to act cool, saying he wouldn't be provoked, but another cop reacted completely differently. Right after being called a tyrant, he started moving toward the journalist in a really aggressive way. The journalist had to keep backing up because honestly, he was scared. And who wouldn't be? He was all alone. And here he was, surrounded by a bunch of armed cops who were none too friendly. Sometimes it seems like some cops forget their role. They're supposed to be there to help and protect the community, not to intimidate or show off their power.
When you seen the amount I've been surrounded by,
I know you're recording. I know you're trying to put this on YouTube so you can get your views. I totally get it, man, but honestly, nobody cares about you, okay? I'm not trying to be rude or abrasive.
well, actually you are. You're being a smart right
I'm
now.
just telling you, man. No, you act like
To get views. No, I don't do this to get. I don't do this to get views.
You make it a point to try to get us to come out here and talk to you, and that's fine, man.
I didn't make any of y'all come out here and talk to me.
Okay, listen. Like I said, man.
I walked up and asked. I was talking to him. There's 4 other parking places you could have chose. Well, you're dismissed. Go on. You're dismissed. Dude, I told y'all, see, all fucking tyrants, and especially the troopers. Y'all are definitely tyrants. You heard me, man. Quit walking towards me. Stop walking towards me.
Why would I stop?
You're making me walk out in the middle of the road.
You're doing that on your own.
I'm not going to back down from you, dude.
I'm not asking you to. I just asked what you said.
What is your name and badge
I
number?
just couldn't hear what you said.
Carlock.
What did you say?
I said troopers are the most tyrant.
What does that mean?
Look at my videos and you'll understand.
I've seen them.
Yeah, I'm sure you have.
I don't understand, but I have seen them.
I'm sure you have. It's probably the reason why you're acting like that right now.
Acting like what?
Imagine a scene where a cop gets really upset because someone called him a tyrant. The man wanted to explain exactly why he had used that word, suggesting that maybe the cop should start being nicer and not act like a tyrant so people wouldn't see him that way. Seeing he struck a nerve, the man decided to push a little bit further, reminding the cop that his salary was paid by the public's fees, essentially saying, "You work for me." This really got under the cop's skin, especially since he had already flipped out when first being called a tyrant. Despite all this, we have to remember everyone's got the right to speak freely. But it seems like these cops might have forgotten about the First Amendment, which is odd because they swore an oath to protect these very rights. Now it looks like they act like these rights don't even exist. Not only were these cops shaky on the law, but they also didn't seem too familiar with their own department's rules. When the man asked for the cop's name and badge number, a pretty standard request, the cop wouldn't give it up, even though he's supposed to. It almost looked like this cop couldn't handle the idea of the man outsmarting him, so he just turned around and went back to his colleagues.
Because you know y'all all have a problem with this, and that's the reason why you're coming at me like this.
Coming at you like what? I'm just trying to talk.
Yeah, you're being a... Man, quit being a condescending asshole. Go f*** off.
Go where? What do you mean?
Go over there and talk to your boys in blue.
Are you some kind
Go
of
over there with your look off.
Tell me where to go, what I'm supposed to be doing?
Oh yeah, actually I pay taxes, which pays you, so
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I do.
What taxes do you pay?
Really? What do you pay?
Where do you work at? Pay income tax?
That's none of your business.
Huh?
None of your
I'm
business
just
where I
asking.
work.
You said I pay taxes.
Yeah,
Just
I
ask
pay
where you
taxes.
Pay taxes at.
Yeah. To the government like everybody else.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Guess what? I do too.
I got 2 jobs.
Okay. Me too.
This is one of them. Go over with your jerk off buddies. Go over and jerk them off some piece. No, I'm talking to the camera.
Hang on, let me come back where I can hear you.
A journalist was talking into his camera after that, and a cop, already bothered by the earlier exchange, decided to approach him once again. This time, though, the cop came back even more fired up than before. It was pretty confusing for the journalist, who couldn't figure out why the cop was ramping up for another argument. This time, the cop tried to flip the script, accusing the journalist of being the aggressive one. But here's the catch: it's kind of tough to argue with video evidence. The journalist had recorded everything, which makes you wonder why the cop would try to twist the truth. His claims just didn't add up, especially when he said he came back because he hadn't heard what the journalist was saying, even though the journalist wasn't even talking to him. Some cops just don't seem to know when to back down. Realizing he was in a tight spot, the cop dug himself deeper. He told the journalist to lower his voice, nudging at his freedom of speech once again, and when that didn't work, he threatened to arrest him. All this drama just because the journalist called him a tyrant. Cases like these, where cops go crazy and it backfires, really makes you think. If cops react more calmly and respect people's rights, situations like these wouldn't get so out of hand. Cops like this one, who can't handle criticism and escalate situations needlessly, probably shouldn't be in the job.
I didn't hear you. Say that again.
I said you're a tyrant piece of shit.
Okay. I just couldn't hear you.
Did you want me to sit?
I was just too far away.
Dude, get the out of my face, man.
I was just too far.
Get the out of my face.
To be it. That's about
what? Because you're walking up, approaching me aggressively?
I didn't walk up to you aggressively.
Really?
I said I can't hear you.
You're live right now, just so you know.
That's fine. That's great.
Hey, would y'all get the would y'all come get him?
Who?
You.
Who do you think keep yelling at me?
Dude,
tell you what.
Freedom of speech.
How about this? You're going to lower your voice.
It's freedom of speech.
No.
Freedom of speech has a decimal level.
You get in a cop's face and yell?
You walked up in my face. Right? The camera will show that clearly.
I'm trying to hear you. So
you don't have to get. You don't have to get literally where I can smell your breath in my face.
This will be the last thing that we talk about, okay? But what we're going to say right now is, just because you have a camera doesn't mean you can yell and cuss and act crazy in the middle of the street. You're not exempt from the law.
You pushed me into the street. I was on the sidewalk.
When did I touch you?
Walking towards me aggressively. You got a gun. You got a taser. I have nothing on me. No, I don't, because I can speak at any decimal I want.
You'll find out if you keep on.
You arrest me and I'll sue the hell out of you.
For what?
For what? A rights violation.
Show you. You don't have the right to do that. That's what I'm telling you.
You don't have the right to speak.
You have the right to be here, and you have a right to film. You have a right to talk to me. You have a right to do all those things.
You should go get me the penal code where it says at a certain decimal level you can arrest me. Because my lawyer will have a field day with you. And the camera even shows them cameras that I will.
When a man decided to walk into a building's lobby that was open to the public, he had no idea he was about to be hassled by some not-so-sharp cops. One of them jumped into action right away, insisting the guy was on private property. Sure, parts of the building might have been private, but the entrance where the guy was standing, totally open to the public. Knowing your rights really makes a difference. It's crucial to remember your civil rights and stand your ground no matter what. Now back to what happened with this cop. He got so close to the guy that he actually put his hands on him. That's not okay. The man could have pressed charges for the battery because of it. When the guy called him out, the cop totally lost it and started threatening to arrest him for trespassing.
Hello, mate.
Hey, mate, you alright?
Officer, what are you up to?
What are you up to?
No,
well,
never mind what I'm doing.
What are you doing?
Why are you on private property filming?
What are you doing?
Why are you on private property
because
filming?
Because calm down, identify yourself properly, officer.
Sorry?
Why have you got hold of me? Why have you got hold of me?
I don't know who you are.
Let go of me. You don't need to know who I am.
Filming.
Is that a crime?
You're filming
is that a crime?
on private premises.
Is that a crime?
Yeah, you're on private property.
What's the crime?
You're on private property.
What's the crime?
Right.
Let me put that down. Yeah, are you doing something stupid right now?
I'm not doing anything stupid.
What are you doing? You've just grabbed hold of me, officer.
Yeah.
You've already
I don't know who you are. No,
so
I haven't.
You don't need to know who I am.
Put your camera down.
What crime do you suspect me of committing?
You're on private property.
What crime do you suspect me of committing?
You're filming on private council property.
I am. What
so I want to know why you're doing that.
You don't need to know why.
Well, you're trespassing.
Right, is that a crime?
Yes.
Is it?
Of course it is.
You're wrong. Civil trespass, you moron.
Civil trespass,
don't call me a moron. You are a moron.
Don't call me a moron.
Are you his colleague? Are you a police officer? No.
Can you put your camera down?
Why?
Because I need to speak to you. Why are you on private property
you can speak to me,
filming?
You can speak to me when the camera's on. This one's running as well. Can you identify yourself fully, officer?
PC Smith from Metropolitan Police.
Right, number, station. 3 points of identification as per Metropolitan Police policy. You've still got
warrant number.
Let go of me now. Let go of me.
Warrant number 236147.
Right.
I'm attached to Jubilee House in Putney.
Right. What crime do you suspect me of committing? What crime do you suspect me of committing? Can you get out of this space?
Why are you on private property filming?
I'm not on private property. It's open to the public. This is where you made a massive mistake, officer.
You're
okay?
security
I am very familiar. I am filming. I'm doing it very openly because I want to. You've just come out of this building and grabbed a hold of me, officer. You need to be very careful how you move next. I will say whatever I want to you because you have literally just come out of this building and grabbed a hold of me, sir.
Calm yourself down.
No, you calm yourself down. You're the one that's came out and assaulted me. Do you understand? You put your hands on me. That is an assault and battery. Of course you've assaulted me. You've came out of this building and put your hands on me, sir.
But here's the thing. You can't be charged with trespassing on property that's open to the public, and this cop should have known that. First off, he needs a lesson on what's public versus private property. When the guy asked the cop why he needed his ID, the cop said it was because he didn't recognize him. But since when do you need to be recognized to access public space? Expecting a cop who doesn't even understand trespassing laws to know the Fourth Amendment's ins and outs? Well, that just might be asking too much.
And battery, I am going to have you in front of professional standards so fast your head is going to spin. Do you understand that?
All right.
I am well acquainted with what I can do. I don't need to tell you nothing, okay? So I think you need to wind your neck in and get back in your little office, mate, before you mess up even further, because you've already crossed the line, pal.
Right, don't shout at me.
I will say whatever I feel like.
Don't threaten me. Don't tell me what to do.
I didn't threaten you. I told you to go back in your little office and do your job properly and learn the law.
Don't worry about what I'm doing.
Telling me that trespass is a crime, you moron. You don't know what you're talking about.
Stop calling me a moron.
Because you are a moron.
Right.
What is trespass is a crime? I think you need to get on your radio and get some backup, pal, because you don't know what you're talking about. You need to get someone that does know what they're talking about, you fool. Absolute moron. Come and put your hands on a member of the public. How dare you?
Up the street.
Think because you got a little badge, you got some sort of power? No, calm yourself down, you just put your hands on me. You have just come out of this building and put your hands on me, you fool. No one assaulted anyone, no one touched their hands on anyone, but you've just assaulted me. You've messed up to the next degree.
Rear gates.
You're going to get educated today, officer. Big time.
Islington Council offices, like on Laycock Street.
Yeah, you didn't expect this, did you? Why are you getting close to me? I think you need to back up, mate. You've already crossed the line.
What is your problem?
You've just come out of a building and grabbed hold of me. You grabbed hold of me. You're a police officer. What is an assault? What is an assault? You're a police officer. What is an assault? What is an assault officer? What is a battery officer? You know full well I'm right. You know full well. Absolute mug. You be quiet. Learn the law, you fool.
A man walked into the police station to file a report but was greeted by Chief Sharp instead of the help he had expected. Rather than handing him the necessary paperwork, Chief Sharp demanded the man identify himself right off the bat. When the man flipped the question and asked for Chief Sharp's badge number, the chief got defensive and simply stated he was the chief, as if that meant badge numbers don't apply to him. Chief Sharp then accused the man of playing games, though it wasn't clear what he meant since the man was clearly there on official business. The situation escalated when Chief Sharp told the man to take his hands out of his pockets because he felt threatened. It's odd, isn't it? Chief Sharp was the one armed, yet he felt unsafe around the man with just a camera.
Can I get your name and that badge number?
Chief Sharp.
Sharp, Mr. Sharp. What's your badge number, sir?
I'm the chief.
You're the chief?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so there's no badge number for the chief?
How can I help you? Because you're taking pictures, you have your phone. What can I help you with, sir?
Yeah, I'm trying to identify who I'm speaking with so I can have an objective record created for myself.
How can I help you?
Okay, chief. You've got to set an example. And I'm just asking you to identify yourself by your badge number.
I just told you I'm the chief. I don't have a badge number. What would you like?
You're treating the public with disdain. You're treating me with disdain.
What would you like?
I'm here to make a police report, and you're treating me with you're very rude.
How can I help you?
You can help me by being nice.
I'm not going to play your game. How can I take your hand out of your pocket? You're making me uncomfortable with your hand.
Do you have training? You have a gun on you.
Please take your hand out of your pocket. It's an officer safety issue. Please take your hand out of your pocket. I'm asking you nicely.
I'm asking you to identify you nicely.
Please take your hand out of your pocket, sir.
I'm not threatening you.
You are.
I'm even back. Look.
Now you're fine. How can I help you?
All right.
Would you like a police report for?
You guys sent a SWAT team over to my house on the 23rd of May, and I want to make a police report about it.
We don't have a SWAT team.
Well, you guys had an armed response to my house.
What is your house? Who are you?
I need to make a police report. Can we start that process?
Who are you? What do you need?
Give me the police report form and we'll start.
That's not how it works. You give us notes.
After a while, Chief Sharp ended the conversation and headed back into his office. The man followed, hoping to get some assistance, but instead he was met with more hostility. Chief Sharp started yelling, telling him not to walk behind him, and even insulted him by calling him a clown, probably trying to provoke him. Through all of this, it was clear who was actually avoiding their duties and acting unhelpfully. Do some cops really think their job is just about wielding authority and avoiding real work?
What is your problem?
Your officers need training.
Do me a favor and don't point at me.
Your officers need training.
All right.
Okay.
Please don't walk up behind me.
Hey, sir.
Please do not.
If you're scared, you should find another career.
Please do not walk up behind me.
You're refusing to take my. You're refusing to take my police report.
I'm gonna have an officer. Please back up and don't point at me.
You need to make a report.
Do not point at me.
What are you gonna do?
Do you understand me?
This is a freedom of speech.
You don't point.
First Amendment, bro.
First Amendment doesn't.
Hey, bro, you're not entitled to that, bro. You're not entitled to.
Doesn't mean you take your hand.
You're not entitled to that, bro.
In an aggressive manner.
I'm not aggressive.
You are.
I'm pointing at the person I'm talking to.
You don't need to point at me. You don't need to walk up behind me.
You obviously don't have the aptitude to be chief. I know you serve. I know you serve at the pleasure of the mayor, bro. You're not an elected official. Obviously,
don't have the common sense.
Do you know what a tyrant is?
Self-awareness.
You know what a tyrant?
Self-awareness.
You know what a tyrant
because
is?
Self-awareness, you would back up. You wouldn't walk up on a grown man when he turns his back.
I'm a grown man too.
And I walked up on you when you turned your back.
Look how you're yelling. This is perfect. This is perfect. This is perfect.
You don't control anything.
Oh wow, you work for me. You work for me.
I do work for the citizens.
You don't seem like you act like it. You're treating me with disdain. You know what disdain is?
Man, you are a clown.
I'm not a clown. You're acting like a clown, especially in the position.
Maybe Chief Sharp felt a twinge of regret for going overboard, so he tried to switch back to being a decent cop for a moment. He asked the guy to take a seat and wait, promising to send over another cop with the form he needed to fill out. But old habits die hard, and it didn't take long for Chief Sharp's ego to get the better of him again. He slipped back into his usual arrogant tone, fussing about people walking behind him and approaching him in a certain way. Thanks to Chief Sharp's antics, the guy not only got the form he came for, but also ended up with some prime footage for his YouTube channel. But Chief Sharp's irritation reached a new level, and he actually tried to snatch the camera right out of the man's hands. Can you believe that?
See what happens.
Look at you, Chief of Police.
I gave you
I'm not done talking to you.
And what does that mean? Am I supposed to be scared?
I'm here.
Am I supposed to be
I'm here to make a police report.
Okay, I told you sit down and I will have an officer come and make you a police report. Have a seat.
This is perfect, Mr. Sharp.
Have a seat. Please have a seat and I will get you a police report. But don't ever walk up behind me when I turn my back. Don't ever do that. Do you understand that?
That's a coward.
I'm
a coward. Yeah, you're a coward.
Call me whatever you want.
You're a coward.
I'm sure you have some other names you'd like to call me too.
No, or are you casting aspersions?
I keep asking you to not walk up.
The only racists I know are dark. Don't cast aspersions my way then. If you don't like it, bro. If you don't like it.
Walk up behind me. If you walk up behind me in an aggressive manner, like
nobody's aggressive, bro. Nobody's aggressive.
Yes, you walk up behind me. You know what? You're getting what you want.
You guys, no. No, I'm not getting what you want. I want a police report.
Have a seat. I'll have some.
What? No wonder your officers suck. Look who's leading them. Do nothing.
What does that police report say you did?
And then he went as far as kicking the guy out of the station. It's kind of astonishing how some cops, like Chief Sharp, seem willing to risk their jobs just to avoid admitting they were wrong. Chief Sharp knew he had messed up big time, so he started making excuses for his aggressive behavior, trying every which way to paint the man as a threat to him and his team. But no one was fooled. It's pretty clear what's going on. If you ever come across a cop with such a big ego?
Let me show you. Let me show you.
Grab, bro.
It's not for you to go. Come on, let's go.
This is gonna.
Have a good day, man. Have a good day, sir. Have a good day.
You have a short career. Have a short career.
You don't come and you don't threaten everybody.
No, nobody's threatening you, bro. You're threatening me.
You walked up behind me when I'm trying to go into the
And I told you, don't be so scared.
So
don't be so scared, bro.
I turned around and followed you.
I'm a man, bro. I'm not threatened by somebody walking up behind me.
You're not threatened by somebody walking behind you?
No, I'm not.
And you don't.
No, I'm not, bro.
They come in your building. They're yelling.
Your building. It's my building. This is my building.
Okay. They come in your building.
Thank you, bro. Don't point at me. Bro, you're threatening me.
They're yelling.
You're threatening me.
They're yelling. They're waving their hands.
See the hypocrisy out of you guys, bro? You guys could do whatever you want, bro.
I saw you when I walked through the lobby, and I said, let me help that citizen. And right away when I came out the door, you shove a camera.
My First Amendment right, bro.
Okay. All right. So
see how you guys are?
We got that. Now that we got that.
Yeah. Now you shove it in your face.
Yes, you did.
The camera don't lie.
Keep rolling.
Number for the chief.
How can I help you? Because you're taking pictures. You're having fun. What can I help you?
Hey.
Keep rolling.
Where's your camera?
Right there.
No, you don't have a lapel.
My camera's right there.
Yeah, but they don't have audio.
Yes, it does.
Well, you're far away from it.
My camera's right there.
Did you guys make contact with that person?
Yes, they did.
Oh yeah, where's their address? Right there?
Look on the back of it. Let me show you.
Fucking take it away from me, bro.
I'm trying to.
It says right there, complain at 4. You guys make contact with this person? Because I have the right to face my accuser. You roll your fucking eyes, bro. Yeah, no, I got some issues with tyrants. I got issues with tyrants, bro. Police officers, you guys need training, bro. 6 weeks doesn't cut it.
6 weeks?
Yeah, whatever fucking training you guys get, it doesn't cut it, bro.
It looked like a group of cops were really bored during their night shift, so they decided to pull someone over just to stir things up a bit and flex their egos. They stopped this one guy, and right away one of the cops insisted he get out of the car to take a breathalyzer test. The guy tried to reason with him, saying he could just blow into the machine from his car window, but the cop wasn't having any of it. He told the guy to get out and follow orders, or else he'd be arrested for obstructing the police. Now, you don't have to be a law expert to know that you can't just arrest someone for obstruction as a secondary charge. It's supposed to be linked to another crime. The guy got out of the car, and while talking to the cops, he realized they weren't telling him the main thing he needed to know: why he stopped in the first place. Seriously, cops need a legitimate reason to pull someone over. They can't just stop someone and demand they take a sobriety test without any good reason, especially if the person hasn't done anything wrong or broken any traffic laws.
I'll take it through the window. How can I take that?
Like, if you can give me and I'll blow through it through the window.
What?
Like, I'll be able to blow through it.
No, come on, I want you out of the car.
And
There's nothing to worry about, come on.
So, if it didn't get out, will it be arrested?
Would you be arrested?
Yeah.
Well, you're obstructing me, aren't you?
Well, so under duress, I'm getting out.
You're not getting out under duress.
Because I feel intimidated.
You're not under duress. Just step out of the vehicle from me.
Yeah, right, fair enough, officer.
Don't worry about it. Nothing to worry about.
You know.
You are trying to be funny, mate.
All right, officer.
Shove that phone away from me.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
I'll step at a reasonable distance.
Not in your road. Come on, bit of common sense.
How come he's being aggressive towards me?
We're not being aggressive towards you. Right. I want you to rub that on the inside of your mouth, on the inside of your cheek, inside of your other cheek, on your tongue. Keep going until it tells you to stop.
So what do you want me to do, sorry?
I just told you. Keep going until it tells you to stop.
Officer, you're trying to intimidate me. Like, I don't understand why you're being like this.
Oh, you're doing it to me, so I'm
not being funny.
I'm playing the mirror game with you. This is the mirror game, mate. You do that down around me.
Yours seems to go missing.
What do you mean, sir?
Like,
Mum's gone missing. You getting downloaded this, mate.
Because last time my mum's back got broke by the police. Mate, you're being very aggressive.
I'm not.
You pulled me up and you were
just... I'm boxing. That's aggressive.
Alright, fair enough, officer.
I'm not playing rugby, that's aggressive. No, I'm not doing any of them.
The officer is being firm because that's what he needs to be.
Yeah, I understand these aren't like the suspects. I've never been like in trouble with the police.
I don't know that.
Well, I know, but I feel as though, you know,
right, it's okay.
Being biased towards me.
Under the Road Traffic Act, you've been lawfully stopped, okay?
I understand that, officer.
Okay. Right.
That's fair enough.
So, most people we deal with, first thing we do is turn a camera on and speak to us through the crack of a car window.
Whose is the car?
It's my mum's car.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that who's in the front there?
That's me girl, like girl.
Is it?
Yeah.
So what car is this?
Yeah.
So your mum know you're driving?
Yeah.
She does?
Yeah.
What are you actually using it for right now?
Because I was going to get money off me girl, so...
It turned out that the cops themselves realized they didn't really have a solid reason for the traffic stop, so suddenly one of them claimed the guy was speeding. And that right there is exactly why everyone should consider having a dash cam in their cars. You just can't predict the kind of cops you might run into. This guy wasn't worried though, because he knew he was just following all the traffic rules and the cops couldn't prove he was speeding. Just because cops are in uniform doesn't automatically make their word gospel. They probably like it to be that way, but that's not how things work, fortunately. When the breathalyzer test came back negative, the cops had no choice but to let him go. They had no evidence of him speeding or driving under the influence, so without any reason to hold him, they couldn't even legally ask for his ID or driver's license. The guy just continued on his way. The saddest part though, these cops probably didn't just stop with him, they likely moved on to the next car, repeating the same routine, looking for that rush of power.
Wait, but all this out there, don't speed.
I feel like
don't speed and you'll get pulled over.
Well, I don't believe I was speeding.
Alright.
Have you got evidence that I was speeding?
Yeah, between me and my colleague.
So it's eyewitness, basically.
Well, my colleague.
Yeah, speed up.
But I feel
you've just asked the question, but you're not allowing me to finish answering.
Well, fair enough.
So my colleague who's driving the police vehicle brings to my attention that your vehicle appears to be travelling at speed. We've then got in behind you, and I've also looked at the speedometer and found that your speed was ranging from between 35 to 40 miles an hour.
Like, okay. I didn't go 40 miles, no way.
The posted speed limit on Wavertree High Street is what?
30.
Exactly. So you're in it. So you're excess.
I don't believe
the offence is excess speed.
Fair enough, that's your opinions on that matter, but I don't believe I was speeding. You know what, I was expecting this because I've been followed many times by the police.
You'd be pleased to know, right? You'd be pleased to know that that's come back as a negative for drugs.
Yeah, okay. I don't touch drugs, only prescription.
I don't know that.
I understand that, obviously.
Right, okay? So, as far as I'm concerned, this is dealt with now, it's done and dusted. But the purpose of the stop check was you speeding, mate, and that's the real reason why I've stopped you. And plus, you know, have you got any driving documents there? Your driving license?
No, me.
Right, okay then, so I could also give you a producer,
yeah.
Right? But as well as, can you prove that that vehicle's been used for the purposes of mobility for your mother?
You can speak to me, mother, by all means.
No, because if I ring your mother, I'm going to prove it. Your mum will say, yeah, he's got permission for the drive.
Honestly, I went to get money and that was allowed.
Okay, then, but I don't know that. But all I'm saying to you is now is, I'm dealt with her on that now. There's no issue. No issue whatsoever. You've passed the test, you can go on your way.
You just made it a little bit harder, haven't you?
I know, but I don't know.
Well, if I don't do my job and I don't stop people, then people who get knocked over, they're really anything about it. I'm doing my job.
Yeah, I understand, officer, but I feel like he was like...
I wasn't picking on you, I wasn't being aggressive, far from being aggressive. So.
I've dealt with worse like that.
As I've explained to you, Anthony, when you start an encounter with the police...
This time round, a group of rookie cops showed up at a guy's doorstep demanding he identify himself. They didn't have a warrant, which pretty much means they shouldn't have been on his private property in the first place. But they had concocted a pretty intriguing story to justify their visit. They told the man that someone was spotted in the neighborhood carrying a backpack with a firearm inside. According to the story, this person was seen entering a yard, ditching the backpack, and then running off empty-handed. The cops were under the impression that this man was in deal with someone who was supposed to pick up the backpack and firearm later, so they decided to go door to door to try to identify people. Interesting plot, right? But it still doesn't make much sense why they needed to identify everyone in the neighborhood. Firstly, they don't have the right to just demand identification like that. Secondly, even if they did identify someone, how would that prove whether or not that person picked up the weapon and hid it? If they were going to run this kind of operation, at least they could start with a plan that holds water. Honestly, cops shouldn't be spending their time on wild goose chases like this when there are real crimes out there needing attention. It's just like some officers have too much time on their hands dreaming up fairy tales instead of tackling the actual issues.
Concerned about your safety and the safety of everybody here, right?
Exactly, and I even let you guys search for whatever you guys are looking for. I didn't even know what was going on until I walked outside to smoke my bowl. And you guys are literally saying now I'm part of a crime, smoking a fucking bowl, saying this is in the public, but you came in our dirt area, which a sign got knocked down. Who knocked that little thing down over there? But it said private property, and then you guys came into here, into our private property. And then you're trying to say this is public. No, it's not public. You're coming over here on our property. That's not cool. And then you guys are, I'm asking for a sergeant, and then you have to come over here and ask him, I asked for a sergeant. Like, dude. Because you want to know my name now? Like, what the fuck do I have to do with this? I just walked outside to smoke a bowl. That's hella not cool. What the fuck do I have to do with this shit?
Because the person got rid of the backpack with the firearm. Hold on, inside a yard.
Okay.
And that backpack somehow made it into the dumpster, correct?
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know it went to a dumpster. I'm watching you guys fucking over there.
I'd love to explain, but you keep talking over me.
Okay, go.
Can I explain to you?
Yeah.
Okay, so witnesses are telling us that he ran through the yard with a backpack. Okay? Came out, went through the alley without a backpack and no gun anymore. Somehow that backpack made it into a dumpster, completely the opposite direction of where he went. So we're just identifying everybody. Hold on, we're just talking to people and identifying people. That's all it is. Because obviously, someone had to have picked up the backpack and the firearm and placed it in the dumpster over there because he was seen running without the backpack through the alley. That's all it is. We're not trying to harass you. We're not trying to harass anybody.
But it sounds like now you're worried about what my name is. When he asked me already that they said there was a gun around, I'm like, oh shit, there's a gun around? What the fuck? And then I let you guys search for that whatever gun you guys think are around here, which there wasn't in my backyard. Let you guys search for it, and then you come over here talking about now you don't know where a gun's at when I watch you guys pick up a bag. Okay, well still, and then get your fucking dog that I've been waiting for. I told you my cow sniffed that shit off fast, and your stupid fucking dog. Where's your dog at Sacramento? I know it's not that far. You get the fucking dog over here.
You're welcome.
I know for damn well it's not that far. And then you guys think I'm getting intoxicated in fucking public. And I took one fucking hit. You guys like, you guys are blatantly ripping a bowl in front of us. And then you walked all the way over here from your cars when I'm trying to smoke a fucking bowl. And I even put it down for you guys. And you know, I'm trying to fucking medicate, not stress out. And I put it down for you guys so you guys can check for that shit. I wanted to ignore your asses and be a dick, but I was like, I'm gonna come outside and see what's going on. And then I'll let you guys search for it.
Safety and the safety of your
I don't give a fuck about my safety. I'm glad you guys look. I didn't see no motherfucker walk through my backyard. I didn't see nobody come over here. Trust me, I don't even worry about my safety.
Here's a story about when cops go crazy and it backfires right outside their own police station. It all started when a man was filming the station and a cop decided to approach him with his hands in his pockets. This made the man pretty uneasy, not knowing if the cop had his hand on a weapon or taser. It's pretty ironic because cops often make a fuss when they see civilians with their hands in their pockets. Who told cops that different rules apply to them and why? Just picture the surprise on many cops' faces if they were held to the same standards in a reality check. This particular cop saw no issue with keeping his hands hidden. He even seemed to think the man had no right to ask him to show his hands. Then, a female cop showed up, and it looked like she might calm things down. However, as soon as the man explained what he was upset about, she immediately took her colleague's side. It's typical, right? Bad cops sticking together to boost their sense of authority and power. And then the first cop showed again why maybe he shouldn't be wearing the badge. He thought the man should be satisfied with just seeing his badge and not getting his name.
You weren't doing nothing. You were sitting in there. You were wasting taxpayers' money. That's what you were doing. We caught you red-handed. We caught you red-handed wasting taxpayers' money.
We're definitely wasting taxpayer money because we're dealing with you instead of other stuff.
But you had nothing. You were doing nothing, right? You're
You know what
probably
I was doing.
you were sitting around. You weren't doing nothing. You specifically took off your name badge because you don't want to be identified. So and you got your hands in your pockets, which is considered a threat. It is considered a threat, and I'll ask you to remove your hands.
Nope.
Yeah, I can do that. I can tell you to remove your hands from
You
your
can ask me
pockets.
to, but I'm not going to.
I can take your hands out of your pockets.
You touch me and you're going to go to jail.
Will I?
Yes, you will.
You believe that?
I do.
You believe that? You actually believe
If you
that?
walk over and grab my hands, put them in my pockets, you will go to jail.
You believe that?
I do.
You think so?
Do you not believe it?
I don't believe you. I don't think you know who
Tell
I
me
am.
right now, don't walk over and touch me.
I can go anywhere I want. I can walk anywhere I want.
Walk over and touch me.
I can walk anywhere I please.
You cannot
anywhere
walk
I
anywhere
want.
you please. And
Anywhere
you
I
cannot come
want.
over and touch me either.
Anywhere I want.
You cannot touch me either.
Anywhere I want. You a threat to the public?
Are you?
You look like a threat to the public. Your hands are in your pockets. They're bringing the whole party. How do you pronounce your name? Is it Sir
I already gave it to you.
Tegsler? Sir Tegsler.
Is there a sir in there at all? There's no sir there.
Oh, she wanted to be identified as a sir.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
You got it earlier.
who are you?
Hi.
What's your name?
I'm Paul 118.
You're what?
Paul 118.
Okay.
My badge number. What's going on?
Call Nessie. We're just doing some filming. This guy's got his hands in his pockets. I told him to remove his hands out of his pockets.
Oh.
Because that's a threat to public. That's actually considered a threat. Because I don't know if he's got a weapon in there. So, could you remove his hands out of his pockets?
No. Why don't you look up the definition of a threat?
You're a threat.
Look it up.
So if I approached you with my hands in your pockets, you consider me a threat, right? Yes or no?
No.
Yeah, you would. Sure you would. Sure you
I'd
would.
ask you to remove your hands from your pockets.
And if I didn't, you would probably try to detain me, correct?
Not if, only if I had a legal reason to. Not if
No.
you just walking down the street with your hands in your pockets.
No, if I approached you with, like you are, with your hands in your pockets like that, you would consider that a threat, correct?
No, I wouldn't.
Sure you would.
No, by definition, it's not a threat. You need to look up the definition of a threat. before
Really?
you start accusing
Okay.
people of
Okay.
it.
Well, what do you need your hands in there for? What do you have in there that you're holding on to? I don't.
keys.
What's in that hand?
A name badge.
Okay. So why are you hiding your name badge?
Because I don't want you to see it.
Is that Tacoma Police Department policy to hide your name badge?
It's from people and I don't want to see it.
So you're required to identify yourself. You know that. You're a public
Call
servant.
273.
What's that?
My badge number is 273.
What's your name?
I'm not going to give you my name.
You're required to say it.
I am not.
Yeah, you are.
Nope.
Oh, yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
It is. It's your policy. Look it up.
What's the policy
Policy
number?
and directives.
What's the policy number?
Look it up, buddy.
What's the policy number?
I don't have it on me, but I'll tell you later.
Okay. And how you gonna tell me later?
Policies and procedures. Check it out.
Were you gonna meet me at the station?
We're at the station.
You said you're gonna tell me later.
We're
What's
at the
later?
station right now.
The man who was filming was joined by his friend, and together they figured out that the cop was just too embarrassed to say his name because he knew he was in the wrong. You could tell by the look on his face that something was off. These guys teased him so much that even the female cop, who initially took his side, couldn't help but start laughing. Thinking he was clever, the cop tried to turn the tables by asking the man if he was too ashamed to reveal his own name. But the big difference here is that the man isn't required to give his name, unlike a cop. It's a simple concept, yet it still seems to confuse most cops. These two fresh friends decided to stir the pot a bit more by making fun of the cop's tattoos, calling him a gangster.
I'd like to know so I can
I didn't say later. I said I could give it to you later.
You said you would give it to me later. I want to know.
That doesn't mean I'll meet you. Give it doesn't. I could call you. I could text you. I could do whatever. There's a lot of ways. I could email you.
How are you gonna call me?
I could find out your number.
Which number is that?
I could find out your number.
Which one?
Your cell phone number.
Work or personal?
Personal.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You think so?
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah.
You don't even know my name. How are you gonna find it out?
I already caught it earlier before you took off the name badge.
What's my name then?
I'll have to look at the video. I'll have to edit the video.
Don't think you did.
Yeah? You don't think so? Pretty sure I did.
Okay.
I know it starts with a B.
I think he's ashamed to say his name.
He's shamed. He's scared. Yeah.
Are you ashamed to give me your name?
No, I'm not ashamed.
Okay, then give me your name.
Auditing the USA. That's my name.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Is that your legal name? Because
that's my name.
Your name is actually
that is my name. I am auditing the USA. I gave you my name. We played the game. You didn't come up. I did. So.
That's not a name.
That's my name.
That's not a name.
Sure it is.
Nope, it's not a legal name.
What do you call it? What do you call it then? What do you keep looking behind me?
Because I like to watch my surroundings.
Oh yeah?
Do you?
I'm watching my surroundings for sure. Because you guys are sneaky little fuckers.
Yeah, I know.
You can tell she wants no part of this. She knows you're wrong. You can see the look in her face.
You have no idea what she wants or what she's thinking.
Sure I do.
No, you don't.
Sure I do.
No, you don't.
Oh yeah.
No, you don't.
So.
You've never met her before.
So let me ask you this. Do you think that that's normal for you to have tattoos, be all tattooed? That's kind of like gang stuff, right?
No, it's not.
It's not?
No.
Okay, because usually gangs wear tattoos, right?
How do you know?
How do I know?
Yeah, what kind of training do you have in gangs?
You have to have training in gangs?
It helps, yeah.
Oh, okay.
What kind of training do you have in gangs and gang markings and gang tattoos?
Well, I know that it's
so
not.
everybody that has tattoos is in a gang now?
So,
are you profiling gang members by saying everybody?
I'm profiling you because you're.
Suddenly, this cop who liked to judge others based on their looks was all about not being judged. He tried to spin things around, accusing the two of discriminating against him. It's quite ironic, considering cops often make snap judgments based on appearances or whatever fits their narrative at the moment. When the roles were reversed, he didn't like it one bit. At one point, the guy even critiqued the cop's tattoo, calling it trashy, which led the cop to retort that the man's jacket looked trashy. Here's a piece of advice for anyone thinking about becoming a cop. Don't sign up to be a public servant if you can't handle people coming up to you, or if you don't have the emotional resilience this cop clearly lacked. Being a cop means dealing with the public, and sometimes under challenging circumstances, and you've got to be ready for that. And of course, to respect everyone.
That looks trashy, right? It looks trashy that you have all that stuff on you.
A tattoo is trashy?
It looks trashy.
Sorry.
It looks trashy, buddy.
That's your opinion.
Nope, it looks trashy.
I think walking around in a Honeywell jacket is trashy.
Is it? Do you think so? You sure?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe I'll just go to Honeywell and contact your employer.
And then what? And then what?
Just let them know what you're up to.
Okay, and then what will happen?
I'll contact you at work like you're contacting me at work.
Yeah, but I haven't talked to your superior yet.
No, he's on his way.
When's he gonna arrive?
Soon.
How soon?
He's driving the speed limit, so however long it takes him to get here.
How do we know he's driving the speed limit? We don't know that. You're just saying that. You are just saying that.
I am just saying that.
Yep.
Must be nice to have nothing better to do on your day than come to substation and bother cops.
Is that what? We have nothing to do, huh?
It's nothing better to do.
Yeah. Why don't you respond to your trashy tattoo? Why are you wearing that? Why are you representing gangs?
It's a Sasquatch. It's not a gang.
Well, it looks trashy.
It's a symbol for the state of Washington.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, so you're trying to represent Washington? What are you representing?
I also have a Mount Rainier tattoo right here.
Oh, okay.
So I'm very proud of the state that I grew up in and was born in.
Okay.
It represents the Pacific Northwest and the state of Washington, and I'm very proud of
I
that.
still would like your hands out of your pockets. I don't know if you have a gun. I don't know if you have a gun in there. I don't know if you're a weapon in there, so we'll need you to take your hands out, buddy.
Nope, not gonna
Sure,
happen.
why not? It's gonna happen.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Nope.
Sure, it will. It always
Eventually,
happens.
but when I want to take my hands out of pockets, not when you want them to come out.
Oh, sure. Sure it will. It always happens, buddy. It always happens.
The cop didn't know what to do with himself, so he started messing around and trying to provoke the man filming. Then out of nowhere, he did something pretty odd. He handed the man some wipes to disinfect his hands, just in case they touched. Honestly, if you're trying to figure out what he was aiming for, you're not alone. Nobody gets it. But the man decided to go along with it and took the wipes, curious to see what would happen next. Just then, a sergeant showed up, but he turned out to be a real letdown. Instead of teaching his officers a lesson in proper conduct, he completely sided with them and even started yelling at the man to back off a bit. But here's the thing, since when does a cop have the right to tell someone where they can and can't stand in public?
Make sure we get a good shot of your guys' face.
It's good.
Yeah.
There's also more of me on YouTube if you want to look for him.
Oh yeah?
Yep.
Where's that at?
YouTube, it's on the internet.
Yeah?
You don't want to sure if you're aware of the internet.
No, I'm not. Okay. I don't know what the internet.
You start with www.
Oh, and then what do you do? What do you type in www and then what? What do you do after that? You seem like a rocket scientist, so I'm asking you for the directives.
I'm not a rocket scientist. You don't have a rocket scientist to know what YouTube is.
Well, I mean, you know everything, right? You're the smartest guy in the world, right? You're really cocky for a cop. How many misconducts do you have on your record?
What's a misconduct?
Inappropriate behavior on the job.
If you want that, you got to do a public disclosure request.
Sure, I can do that. FOIA?
Go ahead.
Is that a FOIA? Would that be a FOIA?
Probably. Would you like some hand sanitizer or antibacterial wipe?
Oh, you want to give me some?
Hands?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, all right.
All right, cool.
Well, just in case I have to touch it, I want to touch your snot.
You're actually going to give me some, huh? Wow. You think you're going to touch me, huh?
Here you go.
In case you have to touch me, you don't want my snot. What does that mean? What's up, man?
Hey, Sarge. How's it going? You just won't leave and keep asking us questions and filming us?
We don't have to leave. This is public property. We don't have to leave.
First I was out to get some water and they showed up on foot. He's doing this, filming. He shows up, our cleaner. I follow him inside. He says I'm not.
Hey, you need to stay back. I'm talking
No,
to my
no,
officer.
I don't need to stay back.
You need to stay back.
Nope, public property.
He just keeps knocking.
You don't tell me what to do.
Let me talk.
This incident pretty much answers why some cops behave badly. This sergeant was showing the others that wearing a badge means you've got power. These cops didn't have anyone to teach them how to act right. That's pretty shocking. You'd think the higher-ups in the police would be there to make sure their officers don't mess up, yet here was this sergeant telling the man to step back so he could chat with his officers, who were trying to explain what had happened. It's not like anyone was stopping him from talking to them. The sergeant's attitude just emboldened the officer to stand directly in front of the man and block his path. Think about what kinds of cops they'll turn into over time if this is the example they're following.
He just keeps knocking
You
on the
don't
door.
tell me what to do.
Let me talk to my officer, all right?
You don't tell me what to do.
I asked him, does they need help with anything? They said no. They just keep asking questions back. Not, we need help, and I'm not doing any work. So that's why they're here, and they just keep keeping confrontation.
I've heard about you.
They said to him while he was standing over here, because he refuses to take his hands out of his pockets, because they can demand us to do that, that he's going to take his hands out of his pockets.
Now you...
Don't tell me what to do. I'm on public property. You don't tell me what to do. You don't give me directives, okay, tyrant? You work for me. When I tell you to walk and I tell you to go inside, you go inside. You work for me, buddy. When I tell you what to do, you do it.
I work for the...
No, you work for me.
Police department.
You work for me, buddy.
It's not on my checks. So I don't work for you.
Sure you do.
Nope.
If you work for the police department, how does the police department get their money to pay you?
By property taxes.
Public, right?
Don't walk up on
Don't
officers
tell me
like
what to
that.
do.
walk
Don't
up
tell
on
me what to
officers that
do.
are talking like that.
Don't tell me what to do.
Don't do
I
it.
heard about your tyrants. I heard about you tyrants.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, I heard about you tyrants.
Okay. You can hear about anything you want to. Doesn't mean it's
That's
true.
right. Sure. I know all about you. I know all about you.
What about me?
Don't block my path.
I can block your
You know
path,
it's
but I
unlawful
will.
to block my path, right?
It's not.
Sure it is. Especially when your hands are in your pockets.
Yep.
You're a threat to the community.
Okay.
You are a threat.
That's
to
your
the,
opinion.
You are a threat to the community.
City Hall workers freaked out when they saw a journalist filming in the lobby and called the cops. The cops really dropped the ball just by showing up. Instead of telling the workers that people have rights, including freedom of press, protected by constitutional law, they teamed up with the City Hall staff to try and kick the journalist out. But this journalist wasn't having any of it. He stood his ground, trying to teach them a thing or two about press freedom and his right to be in that public lobby. Unfortunately, these cops were pretty clueless. They even went as far as threatening to arrest him for trespassing if he didn't leave the building right away. Seeing that he wasn't getting anywhere with them, the man asked them to call their sergeant, hoping the sergeant could straighten things out. But the cops said they'd only call the sergeant if everyone stepped out of the building together. The journalist decided he wasn't moving until the sergeant came down to sort things out and hopefully teach these cops what trespassing really means and how to handle situations like this properly.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to invoke my rights under Section 2B of the Charter of Rights to the freedom of expression, which includes the freedom of the press. You guys both swore an oath to protect that right. And what you're doing right now is you're following some tyrannical city ordinance that says that the freedom of the press or the freedom of expression does not exist anymore. No.
Thank you.
That was very dismissive.
That can actually communicate whatever authority that you're telling him and the history that you have with him, and we will assist you with that.
Oh, you'll assist him with that. Okay. So what you'll do is you'll beat me up and tase me if this guy doesn't like what I'm doing. He doesn't like my rights. So what if I came in here and prayed, sir? I'm here to pray. What are you going to say?
We haven't even had a conversation.
I honestly don't care what you have to say. Where's Michael Caine? You know where Michael Caine is. Did he get fired yet? No? Where's Michael Caine?
Okay, I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
No.
Sorry? I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
This is City Hall. This is a public meeting. I have every right to be in this building.
But you can't film in here.
Yes, how? How is that not possible? That is
we're asking you not to.
That is a protected right under the Charter of Rights, and the city decided to make an ordinance to violate said right. So, as I understand, there's other media companies in there. Leave me alone.
I've been asked you last time. I'm going to arrest you for trespassing because you're filming in here. You can turn off your cameras and you can stay in here, no problem. You cannot film in here. I don't want to arrest you.
You're going to arrest
for trespassing because you're filming.
Do you know that? You know what? Before. And get away from me.
Sir,
what the fuck are you gonna do? I want your sergeant here.
No
I want a sergeant.
I will get the sergeant, but we're gonna go outside.
No, I want to stay right here until you get a sergeant.
Stop recording.
I am not
being recorded here.
So is this illegal?
I'm telling you right now, sir.
This is illegal.
I don't want to arrest you. I can understand that you have your position and you're trying
my
to
rights.
This,
you mean I have my rights?
They have their policies and procedures here, okay? And they've told you many times, from my understanding, and just right now, you cannot film in here, sir. Sir, again, I don't.
Yeah, no, actually, nobody has told me that. You told me that.
You can't,
sir. I have mentioned to you, you cannot film.
So what you're doing is you guys have just curtailed our right to the freedom of expression and freedom of the press in a public forum. Am I correct?
You're not allowed to film here.
This is what you're trying to tell me, eh? And you're going to arrest me?
Would you like him to leave? Yes, I would like.
All right, sir, please leave the premises. I've given you many cautions. I don't want to arrest you, sir. It's not.
These cops kept on threatening the journalist with trespassing instead of just calling their sergeant. Sure, technically they could arrest him, but that wouldn't have been the right move. Plus, if they did arrest him, it would backfire. The journalist could sue them later, and he had the whole confrontation on video as evidence. Facing 2 cops and 2 City Hall workers, the journalist knew he was outnumbered and didn't stand much of a chance in a physical sense. So he decided to step outside and wait for the sergeant there. When the sergeant finally showed up, he first went inside to chat with his officers, but he did something quite telling on his way. He called the journalist by name, which meant he knew exactly who he was dealing with.
I want your sergeant here.
No problem. Let's go outside. But this is the absolute.
Are you going to arrest me if I don't leave? Because I'm going to sue you.
No problem.
Rat.
Okay.
You're a disgusting human being.
Okay, sir.
For following this tyrannical rule. I'm not cool with you.
Okay.
You're not my friend. I want your sergeant here.
No problem. We're gonna go outside.
Who is your? I
don't know.
I want your staff sergeant, actually, not just your sergeant.
You can call them yourself, sir. But
No,
the sergeant can more than welcome help you, and then they can escalate it from there.
Escalate it from there
to a staff sergeant.
So you're going to arrest me for exercising my rights. Stop getting closer to me,
sir.
And you too.
I'm trying to tell you, but you're not listening to a lawful command. You're now trespassing because you're filming.
This is not a lawful command.
It is a lawful.
Do you understand that the Charter of Rights protects us against tyrannical people like you? Do you know that? That's what the Charter of Rights is meant to do in this country.
All right, the conversation's over. Are you leaving, or are you going to be arrested?
I want your sergeant here.
All right, thank you. Let's go. Come here with us, please.
Oh, they're going to touch me now, guys. Yeah, they're going to put their hands on me. So these guys trespassed me for filming. That was literally why they did it. I'm not talking to you, my friend. You have a good day, okay? Here's your supervisor. Ah, Jesus Christ. It's another little guy.
How are you, sir?
Not great.
You're being recorded too, just to let you know, okay?
Yeah, I can see the red lights.
You were down in the nuke plant last week, weren't you? Rock Road?
I don't answer questions. Wrong way, though. Wrong door, yeah.
Thanks, Richard. I appreciate that.
He knew my first name.
But when the sergeant finally came out to meet the reporter and the other reporters who had shown up by then, things took a turn for the worse. Honestly, he was even more clueless than all the cops inside. He claimed that the journalist needed permission to film inside City Hall. But what about the constitutional right to freedom of press? Aren't cops worried about losing their qualified immunity from lawsuits when they threaten people's civil rights like this? The job of the police isn't just to do whatever City Hall workers say, it's to uphold and enforce the laws that are already on the books. By telling the journalist he couldn't film, the sergeant wasn't just misunderstanding the law, he was actively ignoring it.
Location do you work for?
Do I have to be a majority newspaper? I am independent media.
Independent?
I'm an independent journalist,
Yep.
and what you guys are doing is you're banning me from a.
You are doing.
You are doing.
Also,
because you're
so
not.
The police are the enemy this evening.
You're enforcing policies.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Holy shit! That is the fastest.
That's
fucking
insane.
This is me to enforce the policies of the law enforcer?
Of the City Hall requesting that you can't.
You're a
have
law
audio video.
enforcement
This is
officer.
a no-win conversation, gentlemen.
You're
I
a
can-
law
I can say the sky
enforcement.
is blue. You're going to tell me that it's gray.
I just wanna
I'm
be
not going to
clear. Do
entertain
you
this.
enforce policy?
Okay. You have been asked to turn off your cell phones if you
Officer
wish to
Willis,
come inside. It's
do you
Sergeant
enforce-
Willis, young man.
It doesn't
Okay?
matter. You're right. 3047.
Yeah,
Do you enforce
3047.
policy?
In terms of laws and regulations?
No, do you enforce
Policy.
policy
Laws
overrides
and
the
regulations?
Charter of
Yes,
Rights?
we do.
You-
I'm not infringing your Charter of Rights. You are welcome to stay
Definitely
here.
are.
You're welcome to record anything that you wish to
You're
do
infringing on Section 2B of the Charter of Rights, which is our right to the freedom of expression, which includes the freedom of the press. So please, you talk over
Have a
me.
good night, gentlemen.
Oh, you're just not going to engage anymore because we're too fucking
It's
important.
not going to be productive. You seem like a very nice person. I've met you before.
No time
It's been
for
some time.
real
We've met before.
issues. No time
Okay?
for real
You've been
issues,
over at the
man.
Pickering Station. You've been over by the Canada Post, and you were down the road at the nuclear plant.
And I'm not a bad person. So why are you trying to violate my rights?
We've never had any issues.
Why are you violating my rights? I have an issue with you now. And Willis, you are the supervisor of those 5 officers
I am.
inside. So you're going to catch this private information complaint that I'm going to file against you.
Sure.
You are violating my rights.
If you wish to come in and be in attendance, you are a welcome guest.
No, I want to record. I'm independent media. What you guys are doing is you're intimidating me, which is Section 423, subsection 1 of the criminal code is intimidating a journalist, and you guys are intimidating me.
Information complaint.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Good night, gentlemen.
No, it's not good night, man. You're violating our rights, sir. You're still gonna violate my rights, eh?
I recommend that perhaps you send an email to the mayor to find out
To see if my rights still exist. You guys are entrusted by the people. Yeah.
Just to see if he will allow you gentlemen to attend future meetings of your recording devices. If you're independent press, maybe he can make an amendment for you gentlemen to come inside.
So the media that's in there, they've had an amendment made for them? So maybe if I ask the mayor that my rights will finally kick in, right?
I'm trying to find a compromise.
You're supposed to uphold our rights. Do you know that? That's actually your job, dude.